Hey guys, welcome to the range. Today I have got a revolver that is kind of different. It's a cap and ball black powder revolver from the 1850s to the early 1860s, and it's called a Starr revolver. What makes this different is it is a double action. So they had a double action revolver way back prior to the Civil War, and they're a little bit finicky. The actual Army ordinance made Starr or requested for them to switch to a traditional single action revolver to supply to the military once war broke out in the 1860s. All right, let's take a look at it. Here's a revolver, and as I said, it's a little bit different. It is a reproduction, of course. This is made by Pietta, and a couple things that make this unique. It actually has two triggers. So you have your first trigger here, and when you pull this trigger back, it actually engages with this second trigger. It's marked with Starr's patent, which reads January 15th, 1856. It also is a top brake model. You can unscrew this screw here and remove your cylinder if you wish. Here's the revolver broken open with the screw removed. The cylinder comes out and the top swings forward, and I imagine you could do a relatively quick reload with a preloaded cylinder. This is going to load just like any cap and ball revolver. It's got a lever here which will push your ball into place. Something else that's different with the Starr is the design of the lever retainer. So it actually is like a cup that your lever spring fits into. And it seems to do a good job, but it's definitely different than how Remington and Colt did it. I wanted to make note of the shape of the cylinder stops. They're more of a triangle shape than your typical Colt or Remington cap and ball. All right, let's get down to business and do some shooting. All right, so I've got the revolver loaded, and what I'm going to demonstrate first is just a true double action shot. Here we go. All right, I'm losing caps here, so I'm going to stop. This is the first time I'm shooting this revolver, and I had a bit of trouble with it. What I went ahead and did was swapped out the nipples, or they're also commonly referred to as cones, for some slick shots ones, and they're just precision machined, much better than the ones that come with these reproductions. So I want to see what kind of results we have this time. Here we go. I'm going to try and fire all 6 shots at once. Now, I'm at a closed range. It's a private range. I'm down here by myself. If you were at a public range or going to carry this, I recommend doing the cowboy load, where you load 1 chamber, skip 1, and load the remaining 4 and lower your hammer on an empty chamber. But since I'm down here by myself, I'm going to load all 6 just for convenience. All right, here we go. I think I got a cap jam. Can't seem to turn. All right, let's see what happens there. There we go. Definitely some cap jams occurring. That's when a percussion cap gets stuck in the chamber, in the workings. There we go. Now, hopefully we're back in action. Something pretty impressive is back in the 1850s, when they built the Starr, which was based out of Binghamton and Yonkers, New York. They actually made 22,000 of these, revolvers. All right, let's see how we do now. That second trigger is kind of interesting. You really have to pull on this trigger. I want to show you all the sights on this. They're essentially atrocious. The back of the hammer has a V-notch, like quite a few cap and ball revolvers. But the problem is, during the double action pull, and I've removed the cylinder for dry firing here so I don't damage the nipples, you never actually see the sight. Essentially, you're looking down just at the front sight and trying to keep the revolver level. If you pull back and stop, you get a very little bit of a bead there, not much, and then you can fire. All right, here we go, 6 rounds, hopefully. Ooh, I think I figured it out. So, instead of pulling the trigger back like you would normally, you want to have your finger at the top, more at the top of the trigger, to get it to go off more reliably. And that fired flawlessly. The Starr Revolver, what can I say? It's a little bit finicky, but for technology from the 1850s that was cutting edge at the time, I think it did pretty well. I'm really pleased with how I finally was able to work it out and figure out the issues with it, and can't wait to shoot it some more. Just a review, it's a 44 caliber cap and ball revolver. I was shooting a 451 round ball with the manufacturer's recommended powder charge of 3F powder, and I put Slick Shots nipples on it for a little more reliability. Highly recommend those, and they're not paying me anything. Over 20,000 of them made back in the 1800s. This one's by Pietta. Pietta is an Italian company that makes reproduction cap and ball black powder revolvers. And this Starr, even today, they are hard to come by. I don't believe Pietta makes very many of them. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, tell your friends, and come back for more. Thank you for watching.